Good morning, friends. Today we are going to talk on what is the importance of business processes, real world examples, and various business scenarios used in the SAP domain because this is one area where most of the people, or rather, I will say, most of the consultants struggle to answer whenever some questions are asked in the interview based on these topics. Before I proceed further, it is my humble request to all of you that kindly watch this video till the end, like this video, subscribe my YouTube channel, put up your comments if you have any, and also share this video in your network so that others can also take the benefit of it. And moreover, try to watch it few times so that you understand the concepts clearly in your mind whatever is explained as part of this video to make yourself better prepared for the interviews, better prepared to attend any kind of workshops, and so on. Let's proceed further. So what we are going to see as part of this video is we will understand the what is called as the business process, exposure to the real world examples, different types of business scenarios, application of SAP standard functionality to fix real world problems, importance of all the topics while clearing the SAP interview rounds, and finally we will end up this video with conclusion. Let's proceed further. So basically, what is the business process? Let us understand what is a business process. SAP business process is a step-by-step list of tasks that helps finish a business job or business process or business work from beginning till the end. Now, for example, if you say order to cash, we always talk about order to cash. What is order to cash? It is a business process. Where it starts? It starts from the time customer logs in the client's premise or customer comes in the client's premise. Then that fellow will ask, or customer will basically tell you what they need. Then you will give them some quotations. That customer will go through some quotations, and based on his requirement then he will finalize what all items he wish to buy. And then finally customer will place the order. After the order, pick, pack, shipping will happen. After that, delivery and PGI will follow. And once the PGI is done, then your billing will follow. After billing, accounting document will be getting generated. And once accounting document gets generated, that is nothing but your actual invoice. After that, as per the payment term mentioned in the customer master data or as per the agreed payment term, payment also will follow. Suppose 30 days is the payment credit period. So after 30 days customer will make the payment for that open invoice, and finally the cash will be received by the company who has provided the goods or services to the customer. So this is how in general the process follows. And this I talked about normal delivery based process. For in case of services, process could be a little different. And within this process itself, there can be different scenarios again. Now if I talk directly from that SAP FI perspective, so your EBS, nothing but your electronic bank statement, can have different kind of business scenarios, how it works, what all things will be covered up, different things you need to test. So I just gave one example just to make you understand, but then there can be so many scenarios. In each area there can be a scenario. Sample document itself is a business scenario. Recurring document can be a business scenario. Cash journal can be a business scenario. Depreciation run with different kind of assets can be a business scenario. And likewise, there is no hard and fast rule that how many kind of scenarios are possible. Down payment can be a business scenario, and other than that, there can be too many different kind of business scenarios. Your MTS and MTO, that is make to stock and make to order. These two scenarios are also very frequently used in case of your product costing used in COPA. And other than these two also, within that also there are different kind of manufacturing processes. Everything can be treated as a separate business scenario. Then when you do the assessment, distribution cycle run, AUC process, settlement process, PS integration with various other processes, all these forms your different kind of business processes. And then finally the application of business processes. Kindly remember that all business processes are not applicable for every client. So basically based on whatever is the applicable, those scenarios only you can explain based on the nature of business the client is doing. Not everything will be applicable to everybody. So please keep that point in mind. And because these processes resembles to the real processes being followed in the real world, and hence mapping these processes in the SAP system is very important and proves to be critical for the success of implementation of SAP systems. Moving next, understanding the business process. You need to understand what is the real logic behind the business process. Why this is being done into this particular fashion only. What is the reason behind it? See, for example, somebody asks you, why do you create a company code? What is the need to have a company code? Can I run SAP system without the company code? Now, unless you justify, unless you give some valid reasons why company code is needed, what it does in the system, and what we cannot do without being setting up SAP company code in the SAP system, till then you will not be able to explain to the other person. So you have to understand why we have set up this. If we have set up payment method, for example, why do we set up? What will happen if we don't set up? What all kind of payment methods we can actually set up? What all payments we cannot set up for a given country? Why? So you have to understand what is being used, what is not being used, and why it is being used. Then connecting the various dots in the SAP system for the implementation of a business process. Take example of automatic payment program. I consider that also as a business process. You might ask why? Because there will be so many variety of your invoices available in the system, from the customer side also, from the vendor side also. Now, and this is not just about one vendor. So based on so many parameters, based on different requirements, you can run the payment run, and it will clear your open items, and it will also generate the payment files based on the settings you have made in the BGTP T code. So you have to understand what all the different scenarios are there, what are possible issues can come up. So that will give you a better picture of your clarity in your mind. For example, why do you need next payment date in the F110? What is the need for it? You need to understand the conceptual things are there, and each tab, what all fields are there, each field, each thing is explaining something. So you need to understand. So FBGP is not just a T code, it is a complete process. You just don't do the just configuration. You also do the thorough testing with different simulated scenarios. For example, you can try to make payment via FPGP for just one invoice out of so many invoices available. Then there are different ways by which you can do it based on the different payment terms, based on the different vendors, based on the different customers, based on the different kind of house bank, and so on. And accordingly, different values and files will be generated by the system accordingly. Moving next, exposure to real world examples. Again, in order to understand these things, first what you have to understand is what are the different kind of issues or errors, or I will say the different kind of pain points which is being faced by the client or the company for which you are going to work or which you are working already. Then you need to analyze these issues in detail, step by step. What has happened, why it has happened, what can be the probable solution, what is the root cause of it, how can we ensure that the same error do not happen again. So analyze all these things in a given fashion to understand that process also in a better way. Then you have to also suggest the solutions, recommended solutions. There can be many a times more than one suggested solutions also, and out of that the best one will be selected to fix the issue. Suppose to resolve one problem there are 5 solutions, all 5 will not get implemented. Most of the time the easiest one and the simple one will get implemented, which will be understood by all the parties and need to be agreed by all the stakeholders. And you also need to see if there can be any preventive measure which will stop this issue to happen again in the system. So that is again very important. And if at all something majorly has got broken up, or it is a P1 issue, or something major new development has been done, then you also have to do the documentation for all such kind of solutions being suggested or solutions being implemented in the SAP system. This is one such area where most of the client also I have seen do not maintain the proper documentation of their processes being used in the SAP system, and because of that consultants have to spend lot of time just to understand what all kind of different processes a particular client is actually following in their real systems. So that makes things more actually I will say difficult. Moving next, different types of business scenarios. Please remember, business processes are not used into just one area. It is being used across all submodules within the module in which you are working in. Suppose example, if you talk about SAP FI, then your business processes can be related to GL, AP, AR, assets, banking, funds management, real estate setup, investment management, and so on. The list is very long. This I said only about SAP FI. Again in the CO there can be many. SAP PS can be again so many. And likewise for other modules as well. and this is within the module. Other than that, it can be cross modules also. For example, O2C and P2P. Take example of employee salary. Do you think it will directly happen in the FI side? No. It will come via SAP HR or HCM or success factors or the field glass, as the case may be, whatever client has implemented. So that is very, very important. Then you also need to understand what will be the effect of new business processes implementation. Sometimes there can be certain steps or certain step by step changes in the existing running process as well as part of the new process implementation. So that also need to be communicated to the businesses accordingly. Then whenever you talk about the different kind of business scenarios, you also will have to discuss with the various stakeholders, particularly related to the processes. Then you also need to secure their approvals and ensure that it is not just about SAP system. If there are multiple systems involved in that given business processes, then you have to connect with all the people, whoever is a party to that particular processes, take their consent, take their approval, set up the system accordingly, and then do the testing and move these things into the production. And that is how it will work. And you also need to be technically expert. Sometimes some custom development or some technical development also might be needed depending on the processes. Then you need to take the help of developers and the people who can do the development work as well. So it is not that everything will go based on the customization only. Sometimes you have to do some enhancement, different kind of development as well. Modifications to the standard things also would be needed. Moving next, application of SAP standard functionality to fix the real world problems. For example, somebody does not want to enter the document manually one by one. What you will suggest? Okay, sir, upload the documents, list of documents all at one go. Maybe something like BDC or LSMW can be created to make the day-to-day life of the business user more convenient. So your LSMW or BDC is again SAP standard functionality given by the SAP itself, which can be used. Even LTMC or something like that. BDC is very frequently used, or sometimes you can create some custom programs which will do the postings. So in that case, first you have to understand the business requirement, what they want to do with it, then finalize what all things they need as part of that new development, what all would be the must one and what all would be the good to have. I am talking here about some new custom development process or maybe implementation of a standard process itself. Suppose for example somebody is not using APP, you are setting up the APP for the first time. In that case also you have to take down all the requirements, what all things they want to do. Then you have to give the solutions. After suggesting solutions, you also need to do the documentation like FSD, TSD. You have to create testing documents, you have to create approval and other things also you need to get it from the required people, and then finally you will implement that business processes to fix some issues which client was facing earlier, and this new implementation of the given business process will address that issue. Moving next, importance of business processes in clearing SAP interview rounds. This is the area where I have seen most of the people literally struggle to answer. This area you can answer, or this area of the SAP interview you can answer only if you are conceptually very clear. You understand the concepts. Then you also need to apply the standard functionality to meet the business requirements. What you can do to fix the issue. For example, when I ask, okay, I have a vendor and vendor has multiple banks, and I want vendor payments of different invoices should go to the different banks maintained by the vendor. How this can be done? And I have seen many people are not able to answer it. Many people are not able to answer it, and or they give me the wrong answers. That simply means they have never thought that this also can be a business scenario. And likewise, there can be so many. I just gave an example which is more frequently used. Then legal compliance and reporting. This is again very important area. It can be related to the tax, it can be related to your accounting principles, it can be related to your depreciation, it can be related to your payment methods, it can be related to the forms, it can be related to a particular format, and so on. There can be so many things attached to it. Ensure that in all such kind of things you have to act as an SME. SME means subject matter expert for a given business processes. Unless you are expert into certain areas, it will be really difficult to answer the business processes based interview questions. And remember, if you are good at it, you will be also able to secure new job opportunities for yourself. You can have a better career, better job opportunities, better pay package, and so on. You will be respected in the industry because of the expertise you have. And that is why mastering these business processes are very important. Do not just do your job on a daily basis and think that everything is being done, and this is how it will continue for the rest of your life. In the field of technology, life doesn't work that way at all. Life can turn upside down at any given point of time, and unless you are prepared enough, you will find it really difficult to pick up another opportunity for yourself. In order to avoid such kind of situations or scenarios, you must prepare the business scenarios effectively and efficiently so that you will not struggle much in case you face any issue in the day-to-day work, and also it will be very helpful for clearing your job interviews. Moving next, coming to the conclusion of this video, understanding of the business process actually makes you a great consultant. That is my firm belief, and this is how it is. Whether you like or you does not, it doesn't matter. System behaves in that particular fashion, and if you understand that fashion, you will be able to deliver the same fashion in the real world as well. It also helps you in clearing job interviews, and apart from all these things, if you are good at the business processes, you will also be considered as a valuable resource to the project in which you are working. You will be respected for that. You will be literally, you can ask for higher pay package also if you are good at it. So all these benefits you will get if you are good in terms of understanding the business processes, how it works, and how this can be actually done in the SAP system. Moving next. So with the conclusion, my video has actually come to an end. If you have any query based on whatever I have explained as part of this video, you can drop your email on this email ID. I will definitely try to respond you back based on your query. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Kindly like this video, subscribe my YouTube channel. I put a lot of efforts and time to create such beautiful videos for your understanding purpose, which will help you to understand why these things are important. So kindly do the needful and also share this video in your network. It will be useful and helpful for other people as well. With that, I complete this video. Thank you so much once again. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.